Hello, this is Marty Eddington of Personal Longevity, and tonight's webinar is called The Mind, Body, and Immunity Connection. I'd like to welcome everybody who's watching this or listening to this in our podcast. And I'm going to do a short introduction, then we'll have our main speaker, Corey Seaton. Okay. So here's our agenda. I'm going to do the introduction. Corey will do the main presentation, then we'll have time for question and answers. And the whole thing will be less than an hour. So Corey, how long is your presentation tonight? Do you know?
I would say about a half hour.
Okay, that's fine. Let me go to the next slide. Now, everything we do at Personal Longevity is based on the 10 principles of personal longevity, which you see here, and they're all about helping people integrate spirit, mind, and body to improve their health, happiness, and hopefully their longevity. And we have a coaching program on that. We also have a membership program. Let me go to the slide about that. So our membership program, we've made it into an exclusive membership site. The price is now $100 per month. And we have a huge variety of materials on that, all about health and wellness and longevity, which you won't find anywhere else, including our 900 document longevity blog, all sorts of videos, ebooks, our community, and even help from consultants like Corey tonight, you'll be listening to tonight on different aging and chronic illness issues. So they're all within our membership site. And we've decided to make an exclusive site because what we do is truly unique. Nobody else has the depth of information, the perspective we do on the long-lived people around the world and how they became that way. Okay, so a little bit about Corey, and she can chime in if she wants. She's a Reiki master, so she does a history of healing. She knows a lot about nutrition, and she also does public speaking and has her own radio show. She's been involved in health and wellness for decades. Would you like to add anything to that, Corey?
Well, I'm also a gourmet raw food chef and just basically a health freedom educator.
Okay, super.
Mhm.
Okay, at this point, I'm going to give it over to Corey to do the presentation. Corey, you flip the slides too. You'll need to click the next button once so you don't get ahead of yourself. And then when you end, we'll have the questions and answers. And now I'm going to mute myself.
Wonderful.
So you go ahead.
Your line is now muted.
Great. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that is joining us this evening. And I know that you're taking time out of your evening, so I just want to share my gratitude about that. Thank you so much. A lot of people are not aware of the connection of mind, body, and how that affects our immune system. So I was really excited to be able to share my knowledge with you on this. Now, our nervous system has two main factors, the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. And how this works is the parasympathetic nervous system, this is when we are not stressed. This is what they call rest and digest or feed and breed. So this is when we're going along, everything's fine, we haven't left our house yet, we haven't gotten into traffic, no one's called us and told us anything negative. We're happy with how we look that morning, and everything's kind of flowing. So we're in the parasympathetic nervous system. Then you have the sympathetic nervous system, which is when we pick up the phone, someone tells us that bad situation that's going on in their life. We get in the car, someone tries to cut us off. We have a fight with someone over the phone. Whatever it is, that puts us into the sympathetic nervous system, which is actually our fight or flight. So those are the two main parts that we're going to deal with this evening. When you're in that parasympathetic nervous system, your body conserves energy, your heart rate slows down, and this allows for clear decision making. So these are just some of the things that happen to our body when we're in our parasympathetic nervous system. When we get to the sympathetic nervous system, our body prepares to run away. Again, it's that fight or flight situation. Our blood pressure rises, our heart rate rises, our thinking gets very fuzzy, it creates depression, and it also interrupts our digestive system. So when it interrupts our digestive system, what happens is all the blood and all the energy goes away from our ability to digest our food and supply our body with the nutrients we need, and goes into our large muscles so that we can run away from, let's say in the olden days, the tiger that was chasing us. So it's very, very important to understand that at one point this served us for survival. And it's something that right now most of us don't need. So one question that I want to ask is, if you don't take care of your body, where are you going to live? When we go and we buy a car, and the car has instructions and the book tells us that we're supposed to get a specific type of gas, we don't even think twice about it. We go and we do that. But unfortunately, our bodies don't have that same kind of instruction manual, and we just feed it with whatever is around at the time. And unfortunately, in the United States, the American diet is not conducive to health or to longevity. So if we don't take care of our body, where are we going to live? Now, did you know that 90% of all illnesses can link back to chronic stress? And did you know that your immune system is in your stomach? So if your stomach is not functioning and you're not getting these nutrients, your micro and macronutrients, you are going to be putting your immune system at risk to put you into a disease state. I don't know if any of you have heard of Dr. Marasu Emoto, but he had a marvelous study. He was from Japan. He died a few years ago, and I had the ability and the pleasure of meeting him. And he found a way to take water and add different words, sounds. Let's say he would play music. He would speak into the water, and then he would freeze it, and he would come up with these crystals. So I just want to share some of these with you. The one you see right now, this beautiful crystal, is love and appreciation. So he put love and appreciation on the water. Then he let it sit for a bit of time. Then he froze it and took pictures of the water crystals, and this is what came up. The next slide here is the beautiful crystal of the word thank you. So you say, how does this have anything to do with my immune system? Well, our bodies are 70 to 90% water. So if this is what happens to water, think about what happens when we speak harshly to ourselves, to others around us, when we listen to music that starts to irritate us, or watch TV programs about murders, turn on the news. This is all changing how water performs in our body. This is what the water looked like. It didn't form a water crystal at all when the bottle read, "You make me sick, I will kill you." So let's just sit on that with a while, and I'm going to go back. If we say something nice, this is this. If we say something negative, this is what our water does. So this just kind of shows how our bodies react, being that we're such a huge amount of water, and there's cells that contain large amounts of water. So after the presentation, I invite you to check out Dr. Emoto's rice experiment, and I have the link right here for you. And what Dr. Emoto did with this experiment is he took 3 jars and put equal amounts of cooked white rice in the jars. And the video that you see only has 2, but what he did is he had one that he ignored, another jar that he spoke positive words of affirmation into, and another jar that he spoke very negatively and harshly. And he did that for 30 days. At the end of the 30 days, the jar that was ignored had disgusting black mold. You could not even tell that there was ever any rice in there. The jar that he spoke negatively to had black mold, green mold, white mold. You could see a little, like 1 or 2 pieces of rice, but that was it. On the other hand, the jar that he spoke kindly to and showed love to and appreciation to had a little bit of white mold, but mostly you could still see that it was rice. You could still actually count individual pieces of rice. So this really shows how our bodies will respond to kindness as opposed to negativity. Now, I was teaching middle school students through LAUSD for a while, and we actually did this experiment. And my experience was exactly as Dr. Emoto's experience. And it was really quite exciting and a very good way to show yourself how this works. So have some fun, grab 3 containers, put it on right next to each other so it's the same heat, the same light, and see what happens, because I think you'll really be blown away by this. So we have to realize that when we walk around and we condemn and we criticize ourselves and others, we shut down our immune system, because remember, all of our body's energy is going into that fight or flight movement. And so we're not thinking critically, because when we're in chronic stress, we shut down our immune system. We make poor choices. We find it hard to see the joy that's our true reality. I don't know if you yourself has had this experience, but I know I have. When you get into, you turn the TV on and there's something negative on the news, all of a sudden your viewpoint becomes more negative. And it's something that we can change and work on for ourselves in a very easy way. We don't need any medication. We don't need any supplements. It's something that we can connect to by just looking and finding the positive elements in everything. And if we do not consider things as problems, but as challenges, and look for a solution, then we have a more positive outlook in life. Our immune system functions in a much better way, and it's just more joyful. People are more magnetized to us. They want to be around someone that has that smile on their face and makes them feel good about themselves. And just by walking down the street and smiling at people you see, you'll start to notice people will start engaging and smile back. And it kind of just snowballs at that fact. And it's just very, very wonderful to see, and you feel so much better in your daily life. So what I would like to do right now is share a meditation with you to kind of show you one way, just one simple way to get yourself into that parasympathetic nervous system to keep yourself healthy. Other things that you can do is watch a movie that makes you laugh. They have actually had patients cure themselves of cancer purely by putting themselves in a state of joy, by not allowing any negativity into their life. And so funny movies, listening to beautiful music, calling up a friend that makes you feel good, and helping someone else. There's so much benefit when you're having a sad day to go out and help someone else, and that brings joy to them and to yourself. So what I'm going to invite you to do, I'm going to put on some little background music, and I'm just going to ask you to sit comfortably, or you can lay down if you'd like, and close your eyes and take in a deep breath. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to send some Reiki energy out to you. So if you feel any tingling, don't worry about it. That's just the energy coming through to you. And take a deep breath in and release. Now I want you to envision a golden light above your head. And I want you to watch that light. It's going to start to spin in a clockwise manner, very slowly above your head. And I invite you to take a deep breath and just pull that energy down to the center between your eyes, your third eye. And you're going to feel some warmth and just let it spin around the center of your third eye. Now take another deep breath in and pull that down to your throat, the center of your throat chakra. Feel the beautiful warmth. You can feel your throat getting clear. If you have any issues, you can feel that going away. Just feel the warmth of the light spinning slowly in a clockwise manner. Now take a deep breath and pull that light and that warmth down to the center of your chest, to your heart center. And just feel it spinning and feel the heat. And feel the love. Just let it spin. And take another deep breath, and with that deep breath, we're going to pull it down to just below our rib cage. You're going to feel the warmth, feel the spinning of the golden light. This is the center of your personal willpower. Just let that spin. And now with your next deep breath, you're going to pull it down to about 2 inches below your navel. And feel it spinning, feel the warmth and the heat. If you get distracted, it's okay. Just go back to your breathing. Take deep breaths in and out. Feel the warmth, the love, the nurturing spirit that is within you. Out, you're going to bring it down to your base center, which is across from your coccyx bone. This is your seat of grounding. Just feel the beautiful warmth from this golden divine light. Feel it spinning slowly. With your next deep breath in, you're going to allow this energy to split and go down your legs. Feel your thighs being warm. Your knees, if you have any problems with your knees, any aches or any pains, just envision this golden light spinning and warming your joints, your muscles, your tendons. And with another deep breath, we're going to pull this energy down, this beautiful divine energy, into your ankles, your heels, the arches of your foot, the ball of your foot, And each and every toe. Just immerse yourself in this beautiful golden light of love and security. And now you're going to envision these beautiful roots of a tree, huge and glorious, and we're going to set them down into Mother Earth. Just put them down into the floor knowing that they will go through the floor and into the earth itself. And as we think about our day and we think about any stressful experience that we might have had or anything coming up that we may be worrisome about, we're just going to take those thoughts with our deep breath, meld it into that light, and we're just going to push it down from the bottom of our feet through Mother Earth and let her accept it. And we ask that she take that on and transmute it into light. And as you sit in your joy, acknowledge that you are doing this. You are capable of changing. You are capable of renewing. You are capable of gaining control of your emotions, your feelings, and your health and longevity. With another deep breath, when you're ready, just open your eyes. Does anybody have any experiences that they'd like to share?
Your line is now unmuted.
Yeah, I think we're unmuted now. Yeah, that was a good meditation. I always like to visualize energy. I enjoyed that. Thank you.
You're welcome. And again, I just in deep gratitude, I say thank you for sharing your time with me tonight. Remember, you're beautiful, and be kind to yourself and each other, because happy people are healthy people, and healthy people are just so much better to be around.
Okay.
Corey?
Thank you, Corey. That was a great.
Yes.
Let me go on to the last slide, then we'll do question and answer. Okay, so if you'd like to get consulting from Corey, these are the steps. You go to our website, personal-longevity.com. The prices menu, the members drop down, where you can select the exclusive subscription service, and it's $100 a month. You order that. Once you order that and become a member, then you will see the main homepage. On that homepage, you can see a large image where it says wellness, and you choose that, and that will show you a list of the consultants plus a section in the middle of the page where you can either get a free session or a paid session with Corey. You can set up the actual aging or chronic illness that you're interested in, order it online, and schedule it online. So that's how that works. Okay, so one question I have, Corey, and Kath, maybe you'll think of one, is what were you talking about? What were you talking about, Corey, when you said the immune system in the gut? I think you said something like that. Corey, are you there?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
What were you talking
Yes, I am.
about in one of your slides where you said the immune system is in our gut?
Yes, all of the bacteria, the friendly bacteria that fight off the viruses and the bacterial infections are in our gut. Where we get our nutrition that supports our immune system is in our gut. So when we put ourselves in a stressful situation or somebody else does, all that stops because we go from the parasympathetic to the sympathetic nervous system. So instead of blood flow helping us digest our food, which then can assimilate it into our cells and into our organs, that process does not happen. It does not occur. So we basically, when we're in a constant state of distress, are constantly shutting down our immune system.
Okay. Thank
Does
you.
that make sense?
Yes. There's a lot about the
You're
gut,
welcome.
the gut that people don't understand. So yes. Kath, do you have a question?
Yeah, I think, Corey, back where you were talking about the parasympathetic nervous system, you said a couple, how to remember it, and you said, I think, feed and breed, but something before that. What was that you said?
It's rest and digest, and feed and breed, and digest.
Breed or breed?
Feed and breed. So yeah, because we're not being chased by anything, we're relaxed. We can then sit down and have a good meal, and we have time to, in prehistoric times when you had to worry about large animals coming after you, you couldn't eat until you knew you were safe, and you also couldn't breed because that puts you in a very vulnerable situation. So only when you are stress-free can that take place. So that's kind of where that came from, feed or breed or relax. You're not going to sleep if you have something running after you or you have the other tribe running after you. So you're not going to rest, and you're going to be running from, and therefore you're not going to be digesting what you're eating. So it's just kind of the opposite of feed and breed. You have the sympathetic nervous system, or you have fight or flight.
I'm still getting caught up. Is it breed, B-R-E-A-T-H-E, or breed, B-R-E-E-D?
Breed. Mate would be another way of putting it.
Okay. I wasn't sure what you were saying there. Well, breed.
And that makes sense, right? Yeah. I mean, if you're in a wartime situation and you're outside and bombs are flying, you're not going to be making love, and you're not going to be having a meal, right? You're gonna be trying to get away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it now.
Any other questions? Kath?
I think I've heard of the brain. So like you were saying, that's where and a lot of our brain is.
Yes, and that's something that science is just finally coming to terms with, and that's why I find Dr. Emoto's studies so amazing, because he has linked things like if you take a glass of water and he put it down on a picture of a pagoda, the actual crystal actually looked like the pagoda. So that told us that intelligent life force is not just this vague thing that happens to be there. And part of the problem why people that live in cities are so aggressive all the time is because the water is going through this pipe system and picking up vibrations from every single house that it goes through, especially if you're in a large apartment building, condo units. You're going to get vibrations of everything going on. So I know I've experienced things where I will wake up and I will be in a bad mood and I don't know why. So when I started learning about his study, it really started to make sense to me. Energy is so amazing. If you walk into a house, if you're looking to buy a house or rent someplace, oftentimes you can walk in and you're like, oh, I just don't like this. And it's got nothing to do with the house. It just doesn't feel right. That's energy. So water contains and picks up energy as an intelligent life force and takes it to the next step. So It's going to mimic what it sees. And to understand that helps you understand, since we're such a huge part of water, what these things do to us. And when I work with my middle school students, we do muscle testing and we have them pair up. And one of the students will say nice things to the person and we'll muscle test them. And they'll say terrible things and everyone always gets weaker.
I just love what you said. That water as an intelligent life force. I've never thought of it like that.
Yeah, there's lots of interesting things to do with water. I agree. It's a strange substance. It can absorb many different types of energies and change its function as a result. Well, thank you very much.
Yes,
Corey.
and I...
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I just want to share one personal experience. I used to manage a holistic healthcare center. And when I learned about Dr. Emoto's study, I took the water that I would have outside for our clients and I Reiki'd it and I put love on the outside of the container. And we were connected to a massage school. And in that school, there was free water, but people would come back. The students would come to my desk and say, "What did you do to the water? I'm addicted to this water." And I said, all I did was transfer the energy of love. So that's something you can do at home. You get your water bottle, just write love, gratitude, health and healing, and see what it does, because it does change the effects of the water and actually makes that sacred water for you.
Maybe that would be a good subject for another webinar.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you, Corey,
Thanks,
for
Corey.
your presentation tonight, and our audience for questions. And we'll be posting this on our webinars location and turning it into a podcast also, so everybody will be able to see it. So thank you all very much. Our next webinar will be next week. It'll be about longevity coaching and wellness, and we'll have another webinar from our consultants within 2 weeks. Thank you.